Stop everything you're doing right now. That woman who keeps insisting you're just friends, she might be speaking an entirely different language than you think. Picture this. She texts you at 11 p.m. about something completely random. She remembers that embarrassing story you told her 3 weeks ago. She laughs at your terrible dad jokes like they're comedy gold. And yet, she keeps saying those two words that drive you crazy. Just friends. Here's what most men don't realize. Women have mastered the art of emotional chess. They're playing a completely different game. And if you don't know the rules, you're missing every single move she's making. Welcome to the most confusing battlefield in modern dating, the friend zone minefield. I'm here to be your guide through the maze of mixed signals, subtle hints, and unspoken truths that women use when they're interested but not ready to show their cards. Here's the reality. In today's complex dating world, friendship has become the ultimate testing ground. It's where she gets to study you, evaluate you, and decide if you're worth the risk, all while maintaining the safety net of we're just friends. But here's what's fascinating. Women rarely do anything by accident. Every text, every laugh, every seemingly casual touch is part of a sophisticated communication system that most men completely miss. Today, we're cracking that code. I'm going to reveal the 10 hidden signs that she's emotionally invested in you, even while she's keeping that friend label firmly in place. And stick around until the end, because I'll share the one pattern that changes everything, the secret that separates genuine interest from simple friendship. Sign number 1. She initiates contact, especially when there's no reason. Let's start with something that happens every day, but most guys completely misunderstand. She texts you first. Not because she needs something. Not because there's a specific reason. She just reaches out. Hey, how was your day? At 2 p.m. on a random Tuesday. Saw this and thought of you. With some meme that's barely funny. Random question, followed by something she could have easily Googled. Here's what's really happening. She's creating connection opportunities. She's literally making space in her mental calendar for you. Think about it. How many people do you randomly text just because? Probably not many. When she does this consistently, she's not being friendly. She's being intentional. This is her way of saying, I want you in my day, even when there's no logical reason for it. It's emotional reconnaissance. She's testing how you respond, how engaged you are, and whether you're worth the emotional energy she's investing. Sign number 2. She remembers everything, the small stuff that doesn't matter. This one will blow your mind once you start noticing it. She remembers that you hate mushrooms on pizza. She brings up that story about your childhood dog 3 weeks later. She asks how that important meeting went, the one you mentioned once in passing. Most men think, oh, she's got a good memory. Wrong. She's got a selective memory, selective for things that matter to her. Here's the truth. Women remember what they care about. If she's storing random details about your life in her mental database, it's because you've become important enough to her that these insignificant details have become significant. This is emotional investment. 101. She's not just listening to respond, she's listening to understand, to connect, to build a detailed picture of who you are. Friends listen politely. Someone who's interested, they listen with intention. Sign number 3. Her laughter is different with you. Pay attention to how she laughs around you versus how she laughs around others. I'm not talking about polite chuckles or social laughter. I'm talking about those moments when she genuinely cracks up at something you said, even when it wasn't that funny. When a woman finds you genuinely amusing, it's not about your comedy skills. It's about her emotional state around you. Laughter is one of the most authentic expressions of comfort and attraction. When she's laughing harder than your joke deserved, she's not laughing at what you said. She's laughing because of how you make her feel. This is huge, because laughter creates bonding chemicals in the brain. When she's consistently finding you funnier than you probably are, her brain is literally creating positive associations with you. She's not just enjoying your company, she's becoming emotionally attached to it. Sign number 4, she finds reasons to touch you. This is where things get really interesting. Watch for the accidental touches that happen a little too often to be accidents. The hand on your arm when she's making a point. The playful shove when you tease her. The way she positions herself just close enough that your shoulders brush when you're walking. Here's what most men miss. Women are extremely aware of their physical space and who they let into it. If she's consistently finding reasons to create physical contact, it's not coincidental, it's intentional. Touch is one of the most primitive forms of human communication. It bypasses all the complicated verbal stuff and speaks directly to our emotional centers. When she's initiating these touches, she's essentially saying, "I'm comfortable with you in my personal space," which is a massive indicator of trust and attraction. Sign number 5. She mirrors your energy and movements. This one happens completely subconsciously, which makes it incredibly reliable. Start paying attention to her body language when you're together. Does she lean in when you lean in? Does she cross her arms when you do? Does her energy level match yours? Mirroring is how humans build rapport and show emotional connection. When someone is genuinely engaged with you, their brain automatically starts copying your physical cues. It's like her subconscious is saying, "I'm on the same wavelength as this person." The beautiful thing about mirroring is that it's almost impossible to fake consistently. She's not thinking, "I should copy his posture." Her brain is just naturally syncing with yours because she feels connected to you. Sign number 6. She's investigating your romantic situation. When she asks about your dating life, most guys think it's just friendly curiosity. But let's be real. When was the last time you asked someone about their dating life just because you were bored? These questions aren't random. So are you seeing anyone? How's your love life? What happened with that girl you mentioned? She's not asking because she loves gossip. She's asking because she needs to know where she stands. This is strategic information gathering. She's trying to figure out if there's an opening, if you're emotionally available, and what kind of competition she might be dealing with. Friends might ask once out of curiosity. Someone who's interested asks because they need to know if they have a chance. Sign number 7. She makes you a priority. Time is the most honest indicator of someone's priorities. When she consistently makes time for you, even when she's busy, even when she has other options, even when it's inconvenient, that's not friendship. That's investment. Watch how she responds to your invitations. Does she move things around to spend time with you? Does she suggest alternative times when she can't make it? Does she initiate plans herself? People make time for what matters to them. If you're consistently getting priority placement in her schedule, you're not just a friend, you're someone she actively wants in her life. Sign number 8. She shows subtle signs of jealousy. This one's tricky because women often express jealousy very differently than men. It's not always obvious or dramatic. Sometimes it's as subtle as getting quiet when you mention other women, asking pointed questions about female friends, or seeming slightly off when you talk about dates. Jealousy isn't pretty, but it's honest. If she's showing signs of jealousy, it means she sees you as more than just a friend. She sees you as someone worth protecting her emotional investment in. Pay attention to how her mood shifts when you mention other women. Does she get more reserved? Does she ask follow-up questions? Does she seem to lose interest in the conversation? These subtle changes are her emotions showing through her just friends facade. Sign number 9. She shares her vulnerabilities. This is perhaps the most significant sign on this entire list. When a woman shares her fears, insecurities, personal struggles, or deep secrets with you, she's not just making conversation. She's offering you emotional intimacy. Think about it. How many people do you trust with your deepest fears? How many people get to see you when you're not at your best? When she opens up to you about things she doesn't share with others, she's essentially saying, "I trust you with the real me." Vulnerability is the foundation of deep emotional connection. If she's consistently sharing personal things with you, she's not trying to be your friend, she's trying to build emotional intimacy. This is her way of testing whether you can handle the deeper parts of who she is. Sign number 10. She teases you, but it feels different. There's friendly teasing, and then there's flirtatious teasing. The difference is in the frequency, the focus, and the feeling behind it. When she's consistently teasing you about your quirks, your habits, or your personality traits, she's not just being playful, she's showing affection. This kind of teasing is emotional play. It's her way of showing that she's comfortable enough with you to joke around, but invested enough in you that she's paying attention to all your little details. It's like she's saying, "I notice everything about you and I find it endearing." The key is that this teasing feels warm, not harsh. It brings you closer together rather than creating distance. It's her way of expressing fondness while staying within the safe boundaries of friendship. The consistency factor. Why patterns matter more than individual signs here. As the game changer that most men completely miss, one or two of these signs might just be her personality or a coincidence. But when you see multiple signs happening consistently over time, you're looking at a pattern, and patterns reveal true intentions. Women are incredibly strategic in their emotional communications. She's not accidentally doing all these things repeatedly. Each behavior is a small investment in your connection, a small test of your interest, a small step toward something deeper. The consistency factor is what separates genuine interest from friendly behavior. A woman who really sees you as just a friend might do one or two of these things occasionally. A woman who's emotionally invested in you will display multiple signs regularly over time. This is why you need to step back and look at the bigger picture. Don't analyze individual interactions. Analyze the overall pattern of her behavior toward you. That pattern will tell you everything you need to know about her true feelings. So here's what I want you to do right now. Think about that woman in your life who keeps saying, "You're just friends." Go through this list and honestly assess how many of these signs she's showing consistently. If you're seeing 3 or more of these patterns regularly, there's a very good chance she's more invested in you than she's letting on. The question is, what are you going to do about it? Here's my challenge for you. Stop overthinking and start paying attention. Start recognizing these signs when they happen. Most importantly, start responding to them appropriately. If she's putting in emotional effort, match that energy. If she's creating opportunities for connection, take them. Remember, she's not going to make the first obvious move. That's not how this game works. She's giving you all the information you need through these subtle signals. The ball is in your court. If this opened your eyes to something you've been missing, do me a favor. Share this with someone who needs to hear it. And if you want more insights into the complex world of dating and relationships, make sure you're following for regular content that cuts through the confusion and gives you the real truth. The woman who's just a friend might be waiting for you to finally understand the language she's been speaking all along. Don't let another day go by missing the signs she's been sending. Your move.